97 Chicago. This is the World Series champion Chicago Cubs on ABC7.
It is a gorgeous Labor Day afternoon here in Pittsburgh, and we're set for Cubs baseball on ABC7. The Cubs and the Pirates open up a 4-game series. Hope your Labor Day is going well. Along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. The Cubs coming off a 6-1 homestand, including a sweep over the Pirates. And let's get into our Blue Moon perfect pitch. Jake Arrieta coming off a great month of August.
Yeah, pitcher of the month for Arrieta in August. Outstanding stuff. The great life on the fastball. Lots of swings and misses on his slider. Last time out against the Pirates, he was not particularly sharp in terms of his command, but still managed to pitch 6 scoreless innings.
Blue Moon brewed with Valencia orange peel for a taste that shines brighter. And that'll lead us into the starting pitching matchup, which is brought to you by Goodwill. For whatever style you want today, amazing.
Yeah, Arrieta, a lifetime 10-5 against this Pittsburgh club. And we talked about his good work recently. You go back to the beginning of July, and he's got an ERA of 1.69, best in Major League Baseball.
So the Cubs 8-7 on the season against the Pirates with 4 to go, and that includes winning 4 of the first 6 here in Pittsburgh. The Cubs, as we mentioned, swept the Pirates at Wrigley Field last week. They'll try to get this quick 4-game trip started on a good note next. C7 is being brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. By Ford, America's best-selling brand, inviting you to go further in our fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. By Lakeside Bank, personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. And welcome back to Pittsburgh. Today's HD broadcast is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Let's take a look at the business of baseball, brought to you by Comcast Business, built for business. The Indians going into action on this Labor Day with an 11-game winning streak, and they've got a 3-2 lead late in Chicago against the White Sox. The Dodgers going through a tough stretch here, but I think they're going to be okay. And you see what the Twins, Polanco and Mauer, have done since the beginning of August as the Twins try to grab a wild card spot. Let's take a look at the Cubs Southwest Airlines starting lineup. John Jay in the leadoff spot. Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo 2, 3, 4. Zobrist at second. Alex Avila back of the plate. Jason Hayward is in right. Mike Freeman in for Javier Baez. We'll give you his status here in a second. Jake Arrieta, the pitcher, will bat ninth.
Pirates defensively, Marte will play left field, McCutcheon center, Luplow rookie, he's in right. Freeze at third. Sean Rodriguez gets a rare start at short. Moroff is the second baseman. Josh Bell's the first sacker. Elias Diaz is the catcher. Chad Kuhl is on the mound. And there he goes.
And we are underway. Strike one on John Jay. Gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, boats aplenty out there on the Allegheny.
Inside, almost hit him. 97 on the fastball from Chad Kuhl.
Yeah, he can rush it up there. He's reached 99 miles an hour.
Ground ball to the second baseman. That's Max Moroff. And he throws out Jay.
Saw the numbers there on Kuhl. Overall 6-10 with a 4.54 ERA. He's been much better of late. 3.44 ERA over his last 12 starts. Fastball, slider, change, and curve. Gets a lot of swings and misses on that slider, down and in on the left-handed hitters.
Now Kyle Schwarber. Pirates shift toward the right on the infield, and ball one. The wind and the offering, swing and a miss. Weather at first pitch is brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. For all the right reasons, call 866 Four Seasons. A little breezy today, but 80 degrees as Schwarber fouls out of play.
Yeah, my assessment may be skewed, but it looked during BP like the ball was really carrying well here today. And then I realized I was watching Schwarber and Rizzo hit, so it might not be a true sample. But man, they're hitting the ball out of the stadium. Kyle was hitting him into the bullpen. Normally this park plays big. Well, it is big.
Chris Bryant on deck, just getting started. Cubs with a 3.5 game lead in the division. The Brewers are in Cincinnati today, and they were down 4-0 early. They have tied that game with a 4-run seventh, and they're now in the ninth, tied at 4. So we'll keep you posted. Now time called. I mentioned Javier Baez. He was in the original lineup. Had to leave early yesterday. Had some blurred vision in his right eye after a collision at second base as Schwarber strikes out. But he was in the lineup today and then was scratched because he's got a sore left thumb. So that's why Mike Freeman is in there. Here comes Bryant. And here come JD's Mercedes-Benz keys.
Yeah, cool whip. The Cubs have really beat up on Chad Kuhl. His career ERA, and he was a rookie last year, so just last year in this, but his career ERA would be about 3/4 of a run lower had he never had to face the Cubs. Answer the bell. Josh Bell really good against Jake Arrieta and Rizzo. Those two fine fellows have done a lot of damage here at PNC Park.
Here's the Brett part of that tandem.
Brett is a .407 hitter in this yard. He's 7 out of 15 in this park this season.
Inside for a ball.
Chad Kuhl in his major league career has allowed 101 earned runs. 25 of those have come to the Cubs. He's got an 11.07 ERA against the boys in blue.
That one poked into the right field corner for Bryant. He'll make his way to second with a 2-out double. And that'll bring up the Zoe part of the duo.
And then Zoe will follow.
Zoe, yeah. 4 and 5.
Yeah, Rizzo, 333 in this park. He's hit 12 home runs here. His slugging percentage in this ballpark, the highest of any ballpark that he's played any reasonable number of games in. He's 6 out of 12 in his career against Mr. Kuhl.
I mentioned this the last time we saw Chad Kuhl. He has pitched this year in a 14-3 loss to the Cubs and a 14-3 win. Ball one on Rizzo.
You have to be bullish about his future. Great stuff. As I mentioned, he's been trending in the right direction here lately. He's 24 years of age, 6'3", 220, out of Bear, Delaware.
And he'll turn 25 next week. First 10 starts this season at a 629, but his last 17 under 370. Of those 17 starts, he's gone 7 innings just twice. So he has not really been able to get deep into a lot of his starts this year. Favorable count for Anthony. Now a strike, 2-1.
Throw his slider at about 88, 89 and changeup as well. So one drifts a little bit away from a lefty. The slider he'll bury down and in. It's a lot of swings and misses, as I mentioned. That's what he got Schwarber with.
Two down, first inning. Bryant at second base. 2-2 count on Anthony Rizzo. And he fouls away. We'll do it again. 98 fastball.
Yeah,
that time.
Quick bat there just to get a piece of that one. Been feeling the vibes here in his home ballpark of late. 3-1 with a 241 over his last 6 starts here at home.
Swing and a miss. His second strikeout, and the Cubs strand Bryant at second. Jake Arrieta to the mound when we return to Pittsburgh. As catching, Chad Kuhl pitching. Francisco Cervelli is still out on the disabled list, and Jake Arrieta with a strike on Marte.
Yeah, it's a lineup that leans heavily to the right side, and obviously that favors Arrieta. Right-handed batters hitting just .202 against him.
And that one swatted into center for a leadoff single. And Marte a threat to steal as well. He's on with nobody out.
Cubs defensively brought to you by Plumbers 911. Emergency plumbing services one click away at plumbers911.com. Schwarber covers the big left field here, and it's a big one. John Jay center, Hayward in right, Bryant at third. Mike Freeman gets a start at short. He came in for Javi yesterday. Zobrist Rizzo on the right side of the infield. Avila behind the plate for Jake Arrieta. He's in pursuit of his 15th win. That would be one shy of the league leaders.
Here's Moroff, the switch hitting second baseman, as Arrieta will check on Marte. The Brewers just lost Billy Hamilton on a game ending home run, and the Reds beat Milwaukee 5-4.
I think Marte would be looking to run, or Hurdle would look to play a little hit and run. There he goes.
And no throw from Avila. That's a stolen base, number 14 on the year.
And no Harrison because he's injured. He's on the disabled list. But Marte, McCutchen, some of the other speed guys will be looking to run today if they get on base. That's been the issue. It's been tough to get on against Jake these days. But head down and off he goes. Straight steal for Marte.
Let's look at the National League Central standings, brought to you by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. So at a loss to the Brewers, they're 72-66. Cubs right now 4 games ahead, 5 in the loss column. A 2-0 count on Moroff. Now swing and a miss. It's 2-1.
Has not played a lot at the major league level, has not had success yet. At AAA, he batted .254. He had a .390 on base percentage, worked a very high walk rate. Showed occasional power, 13 home runs.
The kick and the 2-1, now 2-2 with Andrew McCutchen on deck. Cubs with this Labor Day division lead. They're the first defending World Series champions in first place in their division on Labor Day since the Yankees in 2010. Now the Indians leading the American League Central, so it's just the 3rd time since 2000 both defending pennant winners are in first on Labor Day. 2002, 2005. The other 2 times that occurred. Hard to repeat.
Yeah, for a number of reasons, and I think primarily because when you win a championship, you have a lot of guys that have career years, and career years by definition means it may be the best they've ever played.
3-2. He got him. Good comeback after a 2-0 start. That's Arrieta's first out of the ball game on a strikeout, and it will bring up McCutchen.
They just blistered that fastball by 94 miles per hour. The narrative around Jake earlier this year, velocity was down, and the results showed it. But lately, the fastball's been better. By lately, it's been an extended run that he's on here. As I mentioned, since July 2nd, he's got a .69 ERA to lead Major League Baseball. And during that time, opposing hitters hitting .183 against him.
McCutchen has had a rough go of it here as of late. Over his last 31 games, he's batting .207. with just 1 home run. Arrieta has his sign from Avila. Sets up toward the outside, and McCutchen fouls back out of play. Marte at second, one out, bottom one. And the pitch a little bit low, according to Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire today. All the numbers we give you regarding Jake Arrieta against the Pirates do not include the complete game 5-hit shutout in the wild card game back in 2015. Ground ball sharply hit, but backhanded by Zobrist. He'll get McCutchen on the play. Marte goes to third, 2 outs.
Sharply hit. It looked like Zoe was perhaps partially screened by Paul Nauert, the second base umpire.
So the volume of work, I mean, pretty good against the Pirates, and had a great stretch over the last couple of years. 10-5 lifetime with an ERA of 3 and 19 starts, not including that wild card outing. But that win last week snapped a 4-game losing streak against the Pirates, who had kind of gained the upper hand for a bit. But I suppose when you face a team as often as Jake has, you're going to have ebbs and flows.
Yeah, and you know, so much of that great run he had against them, of course, was during his Cy Young year. He was so good in second half of 14, all of 15, beginning of last year.
In the air to right, Hayward is back, and it will go. That's a 2-run homer for Josh Bell, and the Pirates have the early lead. He has had Arrieta's number.
Yeah, that was one of our keys to the game, to neutralize this guy, quiet the Bell, or stop the clamor, or whatever. 6 out of 13 now, make it 7 out of 14 with 2 home runs for the rookie against Arrieta. He would be the guy you would highlight on your scorecard today, most likely to do damage against Arrieta, and indeed he does.
That is a new record. 24 home runs. The most home runs by a switch hitting rookie. He had been tied with Chipper Jones, who hit 23 back in 1995. A National League record, I should say. The Major League record is 27. So he's just 3 away from tying Eddie Murray and Tony Clark. He certainly looks like a keeper. Josh Bell. Ground ball into right off the bat of David Freese. 3rd hit of the first inning for the Pirates.
Really typical to see Freese go in that direction. A little bit of a hesitation by Anthony as to whether he should pursue this ball or not. It was right in between he and Zobrist.
You've got to be a National League player, you got to be a switch hitter, and you have to be a rookie. And if you qualify for all those 3 things and you hit 24 homers, you've got the record. And Josh Bell was that guy.
What if some rookie had like 35 home runs and he took 2 at-bats from the other side, so then he could claim, I have the rookie record for home runs by a switch hitter?
Well, that would not be the most ethical thing to do, but you theoretically could do it. Josh Harrison chatting with Bell. A bad break, figuratively and literally, for Harrison. He got hit by a pitch on Saturday against the Reds, broke his left hand, and he's done for the season. It's Major League leading 23rd hit by pitch.
Yes, he did.
Luplow did not swing. Call made by Dana DeMuth down at first.
Yeah, I thought there was enough there. Perhaps biased.
Jordan Luplow playing in his 10th major league game. Outside for a ball. It's 3-1 on him.
Nice year in the minor leagues. Between AA and AAA, batted .302 with 23 home runs.
Kind of odd. Jake is standing in the shade right now because of a light standard. It's in kind of a perfect position.
It's a reverse spotlight.
A natural spot shadow in TV parlance. Go time for Freeze as Rizzo will play behind him with 2 outs. And ball 4. Arrieta will now have to face Sean Rodriguez with 2 men on and 2 down, and an early visit from the pitching coach Chris Bosio.
Pirates putting together some very good at bats against Jake here in this inning.
Hey, for all your latest Cubs news, please visit the ABC7 Cubs blog at abc7chicago.com/Cubs. Presented by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Rodriguez back with the Pirates. Acquired a month ago from Atlanta. 22 games with Pittsburgh. He's already played 7 defensive positions and made starts at 5 different spots. He's playing shortstop today, and the only 2 spots he hasn't occupied, pitcher and catcher. But you never know for a team that likely won't make the playoffs in the final couple of games of the season. Maybe Clint Hurdle will let him do both.
Yeah, let him play all 9. You could promote it. You could sell tickets. Hey, final home game of the year. Sean Rod's going to play all 9 positions.
Good amount of Cubs blue in the stands today. The kick and the 0-2 is wide. 1-2 on Rodriguez.
Oh, there's that guy again.
We will be walking with him after the game.
Carries his own refrigerator with him wherever he goes.
He's standing right next to that guy going, you know who won last year? The Cubs won. It's 2-0 Pirates after an inning.
At 3:05 and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs athletic cap presented by Aquafina. For more information, visit Cubs.com. It's one athletic cap right there.
Chad Kuhl working with an early lead as he's trying to beat the Cubs for the first time. Ball one on Ben Zobrist, fastball high. Jake Arrieta has been in a great stretch, as we referenced earlier. Going into today, over his last 9 starts, had not allowed more than 2 earned runs. So to keep that streak alive, he is at the limit after that Bell 2-run homer. 3-0 on Zobrist.
Small sample, but good numbers for Ben against Kuhl. 4 out of 6 with a couple of home runs.
2 hits yesterday against the Braves. 3-1. He's been better in the second half. OPS at .723, 50 points above what he did in the first half, but still well below his career mark. And a base hit, that OPS will go up a little bit. Leadoff single here in the second.
Yeah, and I think just, more solid contact lately. I think he's feeling better about his swing. He hit 300 on the homestand. Definitely trending in the right direction. Kuhl in this year of the long ball has only allowed 12. He's tied with his teammate Trevor Williams for the lowest home run rate per 9 innings in the National League. Gets a lot of ground balls with his curveball. See if he goes hunting for one here.
Outside on Alex Avila. Rene Rivera has been earning a few more starts with his work lately. Wilson Contreras doing some drills before the game as he hopes to return soon. Two nothing on the Bell first inning homer. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. So he's gone 3-0 on the first 2 hitters.
Yeah, he's obviously trying to find his release point for that outside corner fastball against the left-handed hitters. He's been going out there a lot. He's not been able to hit the spot as often as he would like, obviously, working behind these hitters.
Ball 4, 2 on, nobody out. His first walk. So let's see if the bottom of the order can do some damage here with men on base. Jason Hayward coming up. Mentioned those shadows earlier. It's going to be kind of funky today with the late afternoon start. It's the angle of the sun and some of the shadows.
They'll be doing some shadow dancing out there. There's a classic. 6 for 10 against Kuhl with a home run for Hayward. 429 on the homestand. 9 out of 21. Hit his first home run in about a month. And using the whole field, shooting some base hits to left, pulling the ball through the hole on the right side.
Zobrist at second, Avila at first. The 1-0 to Hayward, missed again.
Yeah, he gets great movement on that slider. It's Arrieta-like, right? Problem is, if you're not ahead in the count, you're not going to get chases. He's clearly frustrated. I don't know if he's not happy with the umpire or his catcher. But he's out there venting, and Ray Searage is going to come out and try to decompress the situation. See if Chad can keep his cool, not with a K, but a C. think that's one you would normally want. I guess you want them all, but would not expect to get that called. Look at Ray. You tell just his body language very slow, trying to calm everything down. Cubs outscored the Pirates 27-5 in sweeping that 3-game set at Wrigley last week. $17 of those coming in one game.
Pitching coach visit followed by a strike. What do you got on percentages? 70% of the time a strike following a pitching coach visit.
I'll go with that. Yeah, I like that. Somebody's probably keeping track.
Hayward lines to Marte, who makes the catch. He was battling that sun a little bit. That's the bad sun field currently.
Now, well struck by Hayward. I thought initially that it might get down, and Marte stalked this ball as much as anything. I mean, he's a sinking line drive, battling the sun. Looked like he was positioning himself to maybe leave his feet, then realized he wasn't going to have to. All carried a little bit further than he anticipated. He's a very good defender.
Mike Freeman playing shortstop. So the good news on Javi Baez, nothing broken, no concussion. Had some blurred vision after that nasty collision at second base on the headfirst slide. So he was in the original lineup, but his left thumb is bothering him a little bit. So they're going to give him a day, and that will drop down for a base hit. Good read by Zobrist. He'll try to score. Here's a throw by Marte. He got him. Perfect throw by Starling Marte. And he's had a big impact on this second inning.
So the line drive was caught. The flare drops down, and Zoe looked a little tentative heading into and rounding third base. Jonesy gives him the green light. Marte's throw is a little high, but Diaz has time to go up and get it, come back down, and apply the tag.
You don't often think of your left fielder being your best defensive outfielder, but I think that's the case here in Pittsburgh.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt about it.
So here's the pitcher, Arrieta, with 2 down, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. Now a tough year for Marte, missing half the season due to PED suspension. Numbers are down across the board, but he's got a lot of talent.
Wow. How about that pick? You know, I don't know if Zoe went way to the inside there with his slide, with the throw being up the line a little bit. If he would have been able to sneak in and get that, front corner of home plate or not. That was a tough read for a base runner when the throw is coming from left field. From right, you can kind of see the play develop.
Called strike 3. Somehow Cool gets out of it. Well, he got a lot of help from his left fielder, that's for sure. 2-0 Pirates early. Play brought to you by your Chicagoland Hooters, the original wing joint last week against the Pirates. Javier Baez admitted, or at least said after the game, yeah, I made a mistake, a little too aggressive down the line, but he got Chris Stewart to bite. And once the throw went to third, he was able to score easily. Very scary moment yesterday as he went headfirst into Ozzie Albies at second base. Got kneed in the head. Had a little blurry vision, so he had to leave the game, and his thumb bothered a little bit as well. But he might be right back in the lineup tomorrow night. Elias Diaz fouls back. The guy replacing him today, Mike Freeman, with his first hit as a Cub, and thought he might have an RBI, but Zobrist was thrown out trying to score.
Baez was not on the team charter last night and stayed back for more testing, and everything checked out, so he came over this morning. Obviously a very valuable piece, especially with Addison Russell out.
Arrieta strikes out Diaz.
Gonna have a little game of dueling sliders going on here now with Arrieta and Cool.
Here is Cool.
If you were Chad Cool and you had a son, would you or would you not name him Joseph?
Well, is it about his life or yours?
This is my son, Joe Cool.
I guess if he's living his life for your enjoyment, yeah.
Right, you wouldn't have to name him that because sooner or later his classmates would give him that nickname. That front side is very wobbly for Chad. As Arrieta gets set to make his delivery, that front leg and front hip starts drifting towards the third base dugout.
Holding that one on the ground. Freeman knocks it down, but has plenty of time to get him.
Celebrate and honor Chicago's first responders by supporting Kyle Schwarber's inaugural block party event Sunday, September 10th. The event will feature premium meats straight off the flame, delicious appetizers, signature cocktails, and an exclusive live and silent auction. Guests will play lawn games, listen to live music, and basically hang out with Cub players and first responders in attendance. To buy tickets, visit Cubs.com/block-party. That sounds like a winner.
So 2 gone. Here's Marte, and he takes a strike. Our buddy Joe Block from the Pirates broadcast team tweeted that Marte has 9 more outfield assists than any other player since 2015.
Yeah, well, a couple of things. One, he's really good, so I don't want to take anything away from him. But in this left field, you're going to try to take extra bases because it's so big. So the opportunities I think are there for Marte or for anybody playing left field in this ballpark.
Two and one on him. Arrieta winds and fires, and that pitch is fouled out of play.
But I will not, I will not go so far. We wouldn't even come close to insinuating that this is the case, because some guys that get a lot of outfield assists have bad arms, and people are always trying them, and they take a lot of extra bases on them, but they do occasionally make good throws and throw people out. That's not Marte. Marte is a very good outfielder.
Sharply hit grounder. Freeman with another chance. Good throw to Rizzo, and the Pirates go 1-2-3. They lead the Cubs 2-0 after 2.
Cub fans, start your day the Chicago way with ABC 7 Eyewitness News in the morning. Weekdays with Terrell Brown, Tanya Babbage, Roz Varon, and Tracy Butler.
Today's Hot and Cold Players brought to you by Plumbers 911 Emergency Plumbing Service. One click away at plumbers911.com. Patrick Corbin in a good stretch. I mean, the Diamondbacks in general have been red hot here, and Matt Garza, I believe, pushed back. He was originally supposed to start yesterday. 2-0 on John Jay. Chad Kuhl, I would say, living dangerously in terms of getting behind in the count here early on. He's given up 3 hits and a walk with no runs through 2.
Yeah, his MO is good. They're trying to establish down and away with that fastball, or at least away, and just they can't find the strike zone with it. To work from behind, he's got a power arm, so he's a guy who can be, a little more willing to throw the ball over the heart of the plate, especially in this big ballpark.
Hit it too well as Marte's got it. Probably should stay away from that side of the field, at least for an inning or 2. You hear about the hot hand theory, right, in basketball? Get it to the hot hand. Do you believe in that defensively in baseball? Keep it away from the hot hand.
Yeah, well,
Probably
if only
not.
if you could steer the ball, right? If you could.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really want to hit it to Omar Vizquel very often.
Right. Now, if you hit it over Marte's head and into the stands, he can't catch it.
Yeah, I was mentioning watching Schwarbs in BP. He was banging him out there to the deepest part of the ballpark, the north side notch out there in deep left center.
Good pitch outside corner. Well located, and it's 1-2. Schwarber, by the way, has 40 home runs, and he's gotten there faster than any Cub to start a career. 178 games. He was the fastest to 20 before Ian Happ.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. That gives Ian another target, another number to chase.
Well, Ian Happ could catch Josh Bell for that NL switch hitting rookie record. Schwarber went around. That's strike 3. Punch out number 4 for Cool.
Second time he got Kyle, similar pitch. I thought he was able to check his swing, but Pisciccioni did not need any help. Yeah. 50-50.
Bryant doubled in the first, stranded there as Cool struck out Rizzo. And that's on the inside corner. Chris came in hitting .333 over his last 33 games. Now has reached 29 consecutive starts. Popped into right. Luplow comes over, still on the move. He can't get it. Fair ball, and Bryant has another double, this time of the bloop variety. That was a loop high double that Luplow couldn't catch.
Yeah, and you see Bell and Hopper Sue from the first base position. Luplow did not take a very direct route to this one, and it cost him. No doubt deep and to pull to begin with, but not the most direct route either.
Is it in his locker?
Rizzo 408 over his last 20 games with 29 RBIs. 2-out opportunity here. And let's check out the Honda League leaders. Since August 1st, only Giancarlo Stanton has knocked in more among National League players. Look at Javier Baez among the leaders as well. Sponsored by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves.
Baez batting in the 8-hole a lot. I guess that speaks to how good the Cubs have been offensively as a team. A lot of opportunities.
Slowly hit on the ground to third. Freeze will throw out Rizzo. Cubs still being held scoreless through 3. It's 2-0. The new AccuWeather app from Eyewitness News. Search AccuWeather in the App Store. Download to get Chicago's most accurate forecast from ABC7, your AccuWeather station. Hope you're having a nice Labor Day weekend. First September Monday. Max Moroff takes a backdoor curve for a strike.
Well, it's an easy pitch to quit on for a left-handed batter. With that crossfire delivery, big slow curveball, starts way off the plate. Talking to Jake the other day, because I noticed in his last start I thought he was more middle of the rubber, and he said he just moves around if he feels like he's not getting that breaking ball back to the plate. He'll adjust where he starts on the rubber.
High and deep to right, and this one will get out of here, out of the ballpark, and it's 3-0.
Wow. Mentioned that Moroff had a quote-unquote occasional power hit, 13 home runs at AAA this year. That's number 3 with the Buccos. And no doubter leaves the ballpark. Most likely ends up in the Allegheny River. It did not reach the river is the official announcement.
So it only counts for a half a run.
Put him back on third base.
Strike on McCutchen.
Moroff and Bell, the 2 switch hitters, the only guys swinging from the left side of the plate today, and they've both gone deep.
One and 2 to McCutchen. 3-0 Pirates on a couple of home runs. It's a sign from Avila. And in off the plate that time. 2-2. 4-game series, 4-game road trip. It's back to Wrigley to take on the Brewers this weekend. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Statcast is powered by AWS. Josh Bell in the first inning. That was an awkward landing. Is Jake okay? That's not good.
That looked like maybe his knee buckled a little bit, or
yeah. Ed Halber and Joe Madden heading out. I don't know if I saw a slip per se.
So he's trying to stretch, maybe a little cramp, or trying to go down and away, and he pulls it all the way up and in, and
like a hyperextension, maybe.
a little cramp in that right hamstring, and how sometimes you be exerting yourself and it'll just grab you. Put him on the Jason Hamill potato chip program. I don't like that.
So. Arrieta has to leave here in the third inning.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. We'll wait. When we get word, we'll let you know. It's hard to know what's going on. That was not obviously not good.
So Joe's got to figure out who's next. And whoever that pitcher is, he'll get all the time he needs to get loose.
Well, the good news is it's September and there's a whole bunch of arms out there in the bullpen. Looks like Rob Z is going to get the call. Justin Grimm.
So this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank. It's about time, and we will be right back. 3-0 Pirates. Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Hyundai. Visit your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers today and see how better drives us. And by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs are down 3-0, but the bigger concern is the health of Jake Arrieta, who had to leave due to some sort of leg issue. And the new pitcher is Justin Grimm. And he was just hanging out in the bullpen, so he'll get as many extra tosses as he needs.
Guys in the bullpen are used to those high adrenaline moments when their name is called, but nobody was anticipating phone ringing at this stage of the ball game, and that's the key here is to make sure you get ready. Don't feel a sense of urgency.
It's weird. I was kind of thinking about this week. The Cubs are in the middle of this stretch of 20 in a row without an off day. This is day 14. They've gone 9-4 through the first 13. And this last time through, used 6 starting pitchers. Mike Montgomery made another start yesterday, and Cubs hadn't really made a formal decision on whether or not Mike would make another start. But sure enough, this game has a cruel way of kind of making some of those decisions for you. We don't know what the status of Arrieta is now and what it will be, but they do have some depth there, which you always need and absolutely have to have this time of year.
Yeah, and certainly you're not going to push Arrieta to get back out there unless you're very comfortable with his health. And a little wiggle room. It's a fairly comfortable lead over the Brewers. Pitch. So a little runner down and away here.
Looks like it was the right leg. At first I thought it was the landing leg for Jake. Ground ball in the right. Bell 2 for 2.
That's the back leg.
Yeah, back leg. So my first thought was knee, but now I'm thinking, back hamstring. Yeah.
Trying to make that other pitch, with the hope that it was just a cramp, one of those grabbers that lets go, and obviously it didn't let go.
Frees the batter, and he takes a fastball inside. He went 2 1/3. Gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. All the runs scored on 2 homers. Curve just missed. Good try there. 2-0 on Freeze. He singled to right his first time up. Now 2-1. If you joined us recently, the Reds beat the Brewers on a Billy Hamilton 2-out homer in the 9th. So the Cubs lead now 4 in the division.
That's a gut punch for the Brewers. They were down 4-0 in that game, came back to tie it, only to have Hamilton beat them.
Jeep out of town scoreboard comes at you now. See your Jeep dealer today and experience the freedom that comes with legendary capability. Cardinals out west in San Diego today. Cardinals 6 back starting action this afternoon. You know, the Cubs are in first, so they're thinking about staying ahead of those two teams. Runner goes and Freese fouls. But they're closer to the wild card than they are the Cubs. The Brewers now 1 back of the Rockies after that loss today. Cardinals only 3 back.
Yeah, Rockies have been scuffling. This team in the National League since the middle of June.
They are tied at home against the Giants 3-3, middle of the 6th.
He's leaning. And meanwhile, the Diamondbacks have won 11 in a row, 10 in a row, and they've really asserted themselves, claiming that the lead wild card position.
And they don't even have the longest winning streak in baseball. The Indians have won 11 straight. Bell is going to be out. No, he won't. Ball 4. Freese walks.
Not sure what's going on at home plate. And Alex Avila wants an explanation as well.
Well, if a late call by Guccione or not, but you saw the second base umpire Paul Nauert look toward home as if to say, was it ball 4? And it was. Here comes Chris Bosio, and he's staring down Chris Guccione. Luplow will bat next, 2 on. This is going to be a long bullpen day. Fortunately, we are in September, as you said earlier. Yeah, that looked like a pretty good pick.
Yeah, and Guccione could argue well. Catcher blocked my view, and that's the tough part of that play right there. 3-2 go situation. Catcher has to be ready to make a throw. If you wait back and catch the pitch and get the call, you lose the base runner.
Vaz's first angle was toward the plate with Avila. Looked like he wanted to maybe finish that chat with Guccione, and then Chris Guccione kind of turned his back on the whole thing, and probably best to avoid a chat.
2 or 3 pitches in that sequence where I feel like Justin got pinched.
That never feels like a makeup, does it? Maybe you get that borderline off the corner pitch to start the next at bat, right? You go, well,
yeah,
where was that the last
right.
the last batter?
Yes, you don't think he just gave me one. You think all these pitches are good pitches.
Tapper toward third. It is foul. Bryant let it go. Would not have had a play really anywhere had he fielded it in fair territory.
Yeah, now this is one of those days that could present a real problem for the Pirate hitters, depending on how Joe manages. You know, again, he's got a lot of arms out there in that bullpen, so he can really mix and match the rest of the afternoon and create some headaches for these Pirate hitters.
That caught the throwing hand of Avila.
So Moroff had 2 at bats against Arrieta. McCutchen, Marte, Diaz, and Cool. Now from this point forward, pretty much every at bat is going to be against a different pitcher for each individual Pirate player. Reading a story on the Brewers with their series in Cincinnati that Garza tentatively listed the pitch on Wednesday, also considering another bullpen day. They did that successfully the other day. Started Suter, he went 3 innings, and then 3 or 4 different relievers. Not like a spring training game. The potential downside, of course, is somebody could go out there and just blow up.
Luplow strikes out. I hate to keep going back to the September roster issue, but talk about pace of game and trying to maintain the integrity of the game in the final month. You would never do bullpen day every 5 days before September 1st.
No,
you couldn't do it.
And I think with the rules being what they are now, I'm surprised more teams don't do it more often.
Absolutely.
There's a huge advantage.
And I think it would also get the roster thing changed more quickly, because I don't think that's kind of the spirit of what we do in terms of the marathon of the baseball season. Now, I think the Brewers are doing the right thing and exploiting it.
Yeah, and that's my point. I think more teams should try it.
1-0 on Rodriguez. Jake Arrieta left due to injury here earlier this third inning. Apparently right leg, maybe the hamstring, back of the knee area. And when we get word from the Cubs on what they think it is, we will let you know. Here's the pitch. Popped him up on the infield. Rizzo and Zobrist are over there. It'll be the first baseman. And that's it. But devastating inning. The Moroff leadoff homer, but more importantly, Jake Arrieta had to walk off due to injury. 3-0 Pirates after 3. Brought to you by Four Winds Casinos, your entertainment escape.
On Tuesday, September 12th, the Cubs take on the Mets. First pitch 7:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs power bank presented by Uber. Tickets still available for this one. Visit Cubs.com.
Cool to Zobrist. Ball one. 3-0 Pirates, fourth inning. Nice lid.
I'll have one of everything.
Yeah.
Cool trying to exercise some demons here. He's made 6 starts against the Cubs. He's 0-4 with an 11.07 ERA against them. He has a career ERA of 4.43. Had he not ever pitched against the Cubs, it would be 3.69.
Wow.
There's the Z-Man.
Z is up. Got him on strikes.
Backdoor breaking ball. It's more curvy, more slurvy than that hard slider. Doesn't use that one very much.
Alex takes ball one outside. Way shy of a sellout. Pirates 10.5 out. Starting play today, 7.5 back in the wild card, so they're playing out the string.
Looking at the second consecutive sub 500 season. Remember, they had that long run 1993 through 2012, 20 consecutive losing seasons.
Foul tip.
And then they were able to turn it around the next 3 years. They're a wild card team, but they lost 3 of the wild card games. They won 94, 88, and then 98 ball games. 2013, 14, and 15. Last year, 78 and 83.
And he strikes out. 2 down.
Yeah, see, they're the Diamondbacks. Most of the year, they and the Rockies playing the tug of war with that top wild card spot, but now they're comfortably in front as the Rockies have scuffled and they've gotten red hot. Brewers right there in the mix, as are the Cardinals, and the Marlins with a puncher's chance.
Hayward fouls to the screen. Lined out in the second inning. Nice catch by Marte. Sun is no longer a factor in the late afternoon hours in Pittsburgh. Now 2-1. You mentioned Hayward had a nice homestand. 9 for 21. A lot of guys did. This offense has been rolling along for the most part here lately. Although yesterday only mustered 1 run on the Ian Happ home run and a 5-1 loss.
Yeah, that was another one of those lessons in don't bet in baseball, right? Or don't bet on baseball. Ooh, this guy's on fire here.
Struck out the side. Pirates lead 3-0 in the 4th. Sport Clips haircuts with over 90 Chicagoland locations. Find yours at sportclips.com. Elias Diaz, the catcher. Ball one from Justin Grimm. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Father-son moment brought to you by Sport Clips. Enjoying a Labor Day afternoon here in Pittsburgh. Fly ball short right. Hayward is in. Sunglasses on. He makes the catch.
Yeah, it's a rather subdued crowd here today at the ballpark. Folks just enjoying a nice warm end of summer day.
Chad Kuhl battled some hitters counts early and seemingly really grooving on the mound now. Still a long way to go. We're only in the 4th inning. See if the bullpen can hold the Pirates right where they are at 3 runs. The pitch. Cool went for strike 3.
Grimm's fastball and curveball, and then a while back he started into this little cutter or slider. I haven't used it very much, but I think that's part of what his plan is going forward. Smaller breaking ball that's a little bit easier to command. You can throw in the strike zone and a hitter's count.
Marte waves at strike 1. Feldco's biggest sale of the year with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Your Feldco save of the game, and this offer ends today. So call 866-4FELDCO now to save big. Marte keeping the Cubs off the board. One and two on him.
Well, as you fast forward and contemplate the end of this ball game, the Cubs are still trailing late. Felipe Rivero, their closer, is really something. But he might not be available today. He's pitched 2 days in a row through 31 pitches in the ball game yesterday.
Tay strikes out. Nice work by Justin Grimm. He's gone an inning and 2/3 since coming in for the injured Jake Arrieta. Let's take a look at how Chad Kuhl has been painting the corners. Brought to you by Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
Yeah, he's been using that brush with a little hook in it. And a lot of power sliders, getting swings and misses, leading to a bunch of strikeouts. He punched out the side in the fourth. A measure of revenge as you see the numbers. We've talked about it a couple of times. The Cubs have done a lot of damage against him. 25 earned runs in 20 1/3 innings through his first 6 starts. Today he is in command.
Mike Freeman making his first start as a Cub, single in the second, on which Zobrist was thrown out at the plate. Made his debut off the bench yesterday, selected from AAA Iowa on Friday. And the 1-1 to Freeman in the air to left. Sun now an issue again, and Marte makes a catch. That didn't look like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I would suggest maybe wearing the sunglasses. I don't know.
I mentioned the sun kind of was not a factor for a bit,
and it may be, maybe the sun could be, so menacing that the glasses aren't going to help a whole lot. But it's always bad optics when you're battling the sun and the shades are on top of the bill of your hat. There you go. It's a game of adjustments. Maybe forgot.
Cubs training, athletic training staff working on the back of Jake Arrieta's right leg. Unclear of the severity of the injury, so no specific word on what it is, but it's that area we had pinpointed. Victor Caratini batting for Justin Grimm and swings hard and misses.
Good work by Grimm. Again, this could present a real challenge for the Pirate hitters today. And we'll see if the Cubs can get anything done against Kuhl and company. Kuhl and the gang, if you will.
And just to be clear, you mentioned possible cramping or some sort of strain. We don't yet know what it is. Sunglasses are on this time. Marte makes the catch.
Watch your source for everything Chicago. ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Weeknights at 10 with Chicago's team of Alan Krzyzewski, Kathy Brock, Cheryl Burton, Cheryl Scott, and Mark Giangreco. Good posing.
Now John Jay, who is 0 for 2 from the leadoff spot.
If you walk down State Street, you can see them doing the news right there in the window.
Yeah,
people like to gather there and watch. Yeah. I wanted to walk by the other night. Dion was on. I wanted to wave, but
Hey Dion.
Yeah.
Hey, it's JD. We work together. How are you?
What's going on?
Sorry, you're on the air.
How'd the Cubs do today?
1-1 to Jay, misses inside. And just thinking about Chad Kuhl, so 7th start against the Cubs. The first 6 have been just disastrous, as we showed you the numbers. The law of averages and just the way baseball works, there was going to be a point where he was going to pitch like this against the Cubs. I just wish it weren't today, but seems to be figuring a few things out against this lineup. 3-0 in the 5th. latest Cubs news, please visit the ABC7 Cubs blog at abc7chicago.com/Cubs, presented by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. The return of Rob Zastryzny, making his second appearance of the season and his 10th big league appearance.
Young left-hander, just 4 innings of work this year. Made 7 starts down at AAA Iowa. Pitched 8 times, including a start with the Cubs last season, and showed well. 16 innings, 17 punch-outs.
Moroff has struck out and homered. 1 ball, 1 strike on him.
Rob was a second-round pick of the Cubs in 2013. 41st player picked that year.
Born in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas. Went to the University of Missouri. And the Cubs' second-round pick in 2013. Swing and a miss.
Little cutter there. Under the barrel. He's not an overpowering guy, but he knows how to pitch. Good mix. Fastball, cutter, curve, change.
He struck him out. One away now. McCutchen 0 for 2. It's low for a ball. Giants and Rockies 8th inning, 3-3 in Denver. Game doesn't matter for the Giants, means a lot for the Rockies, however. Cardinals now have a 2-0 lead in San Diego in the 4th. The Indians did win again, 5-3 at the White Sox. So they're 12th in a row. They're 45 and 27 on the road. This one down the right field line, and it's foul. Just foul at home run distance. The Diamondbacks, with their 10-game winning streak, they have not trailed in the last 79 consecutive innings.
They're a dangerous club right now. You know, we had that graphic up earlier, the hot and cold, that showed how good Corbin's been lately. Robbie Ray pitches today. He's been really good since coming off the disabled list. Saw the kid Godley on a couple of occasions. He really knows how to pitch, kind of beneath the radar guy.
(3-2). McCutchen yanks one to left. It is a fair ball. And he's got a double.
Aside from a wild card game, they're contemplating playing a short series against the Diamondbacks with Greinke, Ray, Corbin, Godley, however they want to mix it up. Pretty interesting group. It's going to be easy to beat, and they score a lot of runs.
So they're at Dodger Stadium tonight. Bell with a homer and a single, both batting left-handed. He'll hit from the right side against Zastryzny.
Yeah, and I would think as long as this game, the score stays competitive and the Cubs have a chance to win, plan would be to have Bell take the rest of his at-bats from this side of the plate. as much as possible. You have a lead late, obviously. You're going to give the ball to Wade Davis, Carl Edwards Jr., but you got to get there first.
Marlins host the Nationals later tonight. Interesting week for John Carlos Stanton. Last week he went 2 for 25. Both of his hits were, of course, home runs. Pulled into left, base hit. McCutchen to third. He's going to be set. Here's the throw by Schwarber. It's cut off by Avila. Throw to second. Bell is out, but it's 4-0 Pirates. He's 3 for 3.
Maybe it doesn't matter which side he swings from today. He's just locked in. Home run, 2 solid singles. Schwarber's got to go hard towards the line to get that ball. McCutchen gets the green light. And a good job by Avila, realizing there's no play to be had at home plate.
Good send by third base coach Joey Cora. As Freeze accepts a strike. Two reaches already for David. Single and a walk. Breaking ball is bounced foul. Bounce past the mound. Freeman behind second base will sling it across to end the inning. But the Pirates add to their lead. They get their first run that was not via the home run. They lead 4-0. Let's have some fun. Time now for the Dunkin' Donuts Fun Cam. America runs on Dunkin'. That was fun. That was not. Kyle Schwarber's swing and a miss.
That guy's bicep was the same size as that baby.
That guy's bicep was the same size as me. Schwarber has struck out twice.
This will be a good time to put a little dent in Mr. Cool here. He's been rolling along.
Yeah, it's 4-0. It feels like about 9-0, but get a couple guys on. You never know. Is 2-1. Is a called strike. The Delaware Player of the Year as a high school senior from Middletown, Delaware. Pitched, played first base.
No, Chris Cuccione. Give him the one before, but not that one. Oh, that's brutal.
An incredulous Kyle Schwarber walks back to the dugout.
Well, you know, he struck out twice, swinging at breaking balls out of the zone. You know, he's trying to have a patient at bat here. This ball is never a strike.
Three Pirates in the area. It'll be more off to get Bryant. 2 quick outs. 9 in a row retired by Chad Kuhl, and he's got that confident gait as he walks around behind the mound.
Yeah, and the challenge is to keep that even when things are going amiss, right? Be the predator. Hitters will kind of sense if you get the bad body language out there. It's only going to make them that much more confident.
Rizzo pops into center. Easy play, McCutchen. And the Cubs go very quickly in the 6th inning, trailing the Pirates 4-0. In Chicago, make sure to think Midwest Equity Mortgage. Whether it's purchase or refi, Midwest Equity's Chicago-based team has you covered. Midwest Equity is a Cranes Fast 50 and Better Business Bureau A+ rated company, so apply today at MidwestEquity.com. Midwest Equity Mortgage, we bring it home. So Strisny brings it home, and ball one. And Jordan Luplow, the Pirates right fielder. Well, if big league managers were political candidates, as Bryant will make the play. Good dig by Rizzo. Fans of Clint Hurdle might have been chanting 4 more years, 4 more years, and reportedly that's what he's going to get. Bill Brink of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette writing today that he'll get a 4-year extension that will replace the club option he has for next season. It has not been yet announced.
So next year and 3 more?
Correct.
It's a nice commitment. He's had a lot of success here.
Clint is in his 7th season. He was the National League Manager of the Year in 2013. And remember, the Pirates went through 2 decades of losing seasons before becoming one of the better teams in the National League with him in the dugout. Rodriguez gets a hold of one, but John Jay will make the catch. Now the catcher Diaz. And a base hit into left. Pretty much all the damage done by the Pirates offense has come in the top 4 in the lineup. That's been plenty so far for Chad Kuhl. He's working on a shutout through 6, and he'll bat here for the 3rd time. Fly down the right field line out of play. Pirates went to the playoffs 3 consecutive years, following 20 straight losing seasons. Unable to get past the division series in 2013, lost the wild card game the following 2 years, including to the Cubs in 2015. Disappointing year last year, 78 and 83, and they're likely to finish under 500 again this season.
Got some very talented young pitching. They have a chance to be good in the next couple of years.
4-0 Pirates lead as we head to the 7th. time, our Subaru Trivia Stumper brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Level of difficulty 7 out of 10. Since 1980, 4 players 20+ homers against the Cubs while playing for the Pirates, as we have a shot of Andrew McCutchen, and I'm going to say Andrew McCutchen would be one of those players.
Could be a red herring. Well, a red herring is more of a ground ball, a singles hitter. How about
okay, so you're saying it's not?
No, I'm not saying that. I just don't know. They play tricks down there in the truck sometimes. Taking a shot at McCutchen. I would have said McCutchen. I would also say Brian Giles.
Brian Giles, a good choice.
He tempted to say Jason Bay. Have we hit on anything yet? Can we get a bell? Can we get a thumbs up?
Right.
Smiley face emoticon.
Now, what's the year since what?
1980.
80. Barry Bonds.
Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah. See, we needed to go on the way back machine and get back to the Jim Leland years. Johnny Ray. No.
Poor old Johnny Ray.
Zobrist bounces out.
How about Kevin Young?
Kevin Young and
Al Martin.
Choice.
How about Sid Bream? That's silly. Andy Van Slyke.
Mike LaValliere, always on the tip of my tongue.
We've thrown a lot of darts at the wall here.
John Cangelosi. He probably hit like 8 home runs in his career. So what do we feel good about? Bonds, Bonilla,
Van Slyke.
Van Slyke. Those guys were all teammates, right?
Yeah.
From the same, it's got to be somebody here from the recent era.
That's why I kind of thought Giles maybe.
The thing about Brian Giles, it's not more correct if you say it.
No matter how many times.
Once it's wrong, it's wrong.
I want him to double check. Or maybe McCutchen. We have not gotten thumbs up or down on McCutchen. So.
Well, McCutchen has in his career, I believe, 198 home runs. So let's just do the math. Would he have 10% of those home runs against a division opponent? And I would say there's a decent chance he does.
Yeah, well, we know he's done a lot of damage against the Cubs. He's hit for a high average. Hey, look at that. 22 is more than 20.
All right, so I was right. Or I was kind of led in the wrong direction. So you're going to go McCutchen, Bonds, Bonilla,
Van Slyke.
Van Slyke. Okay. Avila draws the 1-out walk. Well, let's get the answer. Is Doug Frobel on the list?
Doug Frobel from Ottawa, Canada.
Rafael Belliard? No. And
there you
Slyke,
go.
the leader, McCutchen, Bonds, and Bonilla.
Wow, we nailed it. That would have been fun if you could have done that in school. Just for a short answer quiz. Could it have been, and just list like 9 answers. And if you happen to nail it, you get one of them. Yep. You got it. Breeze is picking up. Significantly. Be a storm blowing in tonight. Not expected to impact this game maybe later on, 9-10 o'clock tonight.
Hey, I gotta give a guess because I'll get some grief from him next time we see him. Is John Wayner on that list? No, he's not. Okay. John, one of the Pirates broadcasters. He does mainly road games, but if it gets back to him that we didn't throw him in that group. Bounced foul by Hayward. At Cubs Den, that's John Arguello's Twitter handle and the blog that John ran. John passed away earlier this year, but they have dedicated the Player of the Year awards in the Cubs system in John's name. And they have named their co-pitchers of the year, Jen-Ho Seng and Dakota, I believe it's Mex or Mekis. So congrats to those guys. And I have some more minor league notes as the season has come to an end. The regular season today. Popped up by Hayward. Be the second baseman Moroff to make the catch. The AA Tennessee Smokies will not go to the postseason, but over the weekend they set a new single season attendance mark at Smokies Stadium. First time they'd ever gone over 300,000 in attendance, as Tommy Listella will bat for the shortstop Freeman. The Cubs high A affiliate Myrtle Beach won the first half. They'll be in the playoffs in the Carolina League. The short season A ball in Eugene. The Emeralds have clinched a postseason berth. They are the defending league champions. Stella lines right to Moroff, and that'll get us into the 7th inning stretch. Pirates 4. Cubs nothing on Labor Day.
Cub fans, join Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest for an all-new action-packed season. Live with Kelly and Ryan premieres tomorrow. Great day start live weekdays at 9 on ABC 7. It's all new and it starts tomorrow. New position for Ben Zobrist for today. He moves over to play short. Tommy La Stella, who hit that ball at the second base, stays in the game to play second.
Zastryzny to Marte, ball one. Bounce toward third, it's foul. Left-hander Jack Leathersich was acquired on waivers by the Pirates from the Cubs earlier today, and he goes to AAA Indianapolis. Seattle, as that gets past Zastryzny and Marte, is safe at first.
The idea there is to push that ball out past the pitcher towards second base. Zastryzny was in position to make a play on it, just failed to glove it. I would think E1, but we'll see what they say.
Now more off. Pulls one to left. It's deep and it'll bounce off the track, rattle around off the wall. Marte will score. It's a double and it's 5-0. That's Moroff with his second extra base hit. Homer and a double today.
Pirates able to extend their early lead. They got one in the fifth. And now one more here in the seventh. Moroff having a very nice day, contributing both sides of the plate. The switch hitter. Homered off Arrieta, the left-handed batter, this time from the right side. Not only is it big out there in left field, but there's some funky angles too. Kicks off that wall. And that makes it easy for Marte to come around and score.
Still have not gotten a word on hit or error on the Marte bunt. The Mariners claimed a couple of guys in the Cubs system. Outfielder Jacob Hanneman and pitcher Seth Frankoff. Swing and a miss. Iowa lost its final game of the season in Omaha 7-3. So the I-Cubs finished the year at 67-72. Opening day 2018 will be in Des Moines against Oklahoma City on April the 5th.
Get your tickets now.
I guess Marte given a hit.
Found that to be rather charitable.
Mentioned the Tennessee Smokies. They dropped their final game of the year to Jackson today, 6-4. Dwayne Underwood took the loss, but he finished with a nice 13-7 record. Swing and a miss, strike three. Tennessee will open on the road April 5th next year in Mississippi. Their home opener will be on April 11th. Myrtle Beach will play a best-of-5 for the Southern Division Championship against the Down East Wood Ducks starting Wednesday. Now, did you play on any minor league championship teams, or at least postseason teams?
Yeah, Oneonta Yankees in the New York Penn League, Columbus Clippers on the International League, the Governor's Cup in 1985, I think, 84 or 5.
I don't care what level it is. Once you get there, man, you want to win it.
It's a lot of fun, yeah, and you're conflicted a little bit. And a lot of guys in AAA, you're hoping that you don't go on in the postseason because you're hopeful of a major league call-up. It could be a little bit of a weird situation, Got work to do for the team you've played for all summer. You'd like to win a championship. You're also anxious for that big league call-up. Most guys don't know for sure that they're going to get the call.
Well, and the reality of that is hit pretty well to right, out of play. The reality is, if a big league team really needs you, they're going to call you up anyway, right? And secondly, if they were going to call you up, but they leave you there for the playoffs, you'll end up there after the playoff run. So.
Yeah, but as a young player, you're so geeked up about the possibility of going, even if it's only 3 days. Still, in AAA, you're like,
big league meal money, all of that.
Let's get this over with.
Well, here's the incentive. They would never do it. Say, all right, here's the deal. If you win the league, we're calling you up. You got to win the championship.
Yeah. You 4 guys right here.
Yes. If you 4 are coming up, only if you win. And then you probably should just call them up anyway, but at least give them that incentive.
And then you get those bitter AAA veterans. Let's scuttle this thing so they don't get called up.
Man.
There's the AAA clubhouse dynamic, man. That's an interesting place. You got some veteran guys there that maybe had a little big league time, but their big league days are behind them. You got to make sure you got good people, if it can get ugly.
Called strike 3. They get Bell for the first time today.
Caught low, but it looked like it crossed the plate at the knees.
A.J. Schugel hydrating in the Pirate bullpen. Well, this is a tough game. The Cubs were scoring runs in bunches. I mentioned all the double-digit games. One of the most dangerous offenses in the league. They were held to the 1 run yesterday. They've been shut out here today, but because it's 2 in a row, you generally think of what's happened recently, and I'm sure there are people sitting at home going, what's wrong? Well, it's baseball.
Yeah, and that's earlier we got into that conversation about betting on baseball and why it's such a precarious situation. Yesterday, coming off a 14-run performance, they're facing a guy who's making his first major league start, who was 2-11 with an ERA just a little below 6 at Double-A. He pitches 5 innings of 1-run ball. That's all the Cubs end up getting. Today they're up against Cool, who's a good pitcher, good young pitcher, but they own this guy. And today nada.
Freeze grounds out. The Pirates do add a run to their lead. And we go to the 8th inning from Pittsburgh. It's 5-0 for the home team. Pirates lead. Cubs held to 4 hits through 7. We had referenced Chad Kuhl and the fact that he had struggled so much against the Cubs, and he hadn't gone deep into a lot of games this year. Well, he went 7 shutout here this afternoon. And now it's A.J. Schugel.
Yeah, they made a little noise against Kuhl in the 2nd inning. Marte came up big, made the throw home to nail Ben Zobrist. Arrieta struck out to end that inning, and Kuhl really took command of the ball game from that point forward. And now Schugel will come in here to work the 8th. Got a pinch hitter. It's Albert Almora Jr. and then the top. Good changeup, good sinker for Schugel.
Albert Almora Jr. pinch hitter and fouls away. The 8 strikeouts, a career high for Kuhl. Knee buckler for a strike. Two strikes to Almora. And the count holds. Punched foul as he stays alive. Tomorrow night, Kyle Hendricks against Steven Brault, who's in for Ivan Nova. Jose Quintana, Garrett Cole on Wednesday, John Lester, Jameson Taillon Thursday night to wrap up the series and end the season series. Game 19 between the Cubs and Pirates.
I haven't mentioned the Pirates prospects in the next couple of years. Some of this young starting pitching that they have a chance to be very competitive. Garrett Cole, their ace, is in the prime of his career. Cole looks like he's on the rise. Taillon looks like he's going to be a good one. Tyler Glasnow's an interesting case here. Tomorrow's probables, Hendricks versus Brault.
Another 2-strike pitch off the outside.
The Glasnow kid is the real interesting case. Considered one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. He was up earlier this year and just really scuffled. Went back down to AAA, and as he did last year, he's pitching to a sub-2 ERA at AAA. He's got to figure sooner or later he's going to figure it out at this level.
Well, if you missed it earlier, the story of the day today from the Cubs' perspective, they lost Jake Arrieta, who had an awkward landing here on a pitch to Josh Bell in the 3rd inning. Grabbing the back of his right leg near the hamstring area, tried to take a warm-up toss and grimacing in pain, and he had to leave the ball game. 2 1/3 today. So he is being evaluated. Not sure of the severity of the injury, and we should know more after the ball game. Swing and a miss by John Jay. And think about it, right? Everybody but Arrieta's been on the DL. The guys who started the year in the rotation.
Yep.
Lester.
Yep.
Hendricks.
With the hand.
Lackey around the All-Star break. Brett Anderson. A roller that is backhanded and dropped by Moroff. Hopefully that's a hit for John Jay, and it is. And let's check out the Ford upcoming schedule for the Cubs. JD, you can set your alarm the next 3 days. Pretty much get up at the same time, and you'll be in good shape.
It's good to have a routine in this game.
Just make sure it's before 6 p.m. Central Time. Now Schwarber with a man on and 1 out.
Hat trick so far for Schwarber today. Twice swinging, and then he got rung up on a pitch that was outside last time.
Close pitch, called a ball on Schwarber.
Schwarber works off the first base side of the rubber. He'll drift that changeup down and away. It's a two-seam fastball.
And we've got a Schugel-Schwarber matchup here.
Sweet.
Maybe Schwarber will swing better.
Smash one.
2-1.
Well placed.
Javier Baez day to day with the thumb, left thumb. Vision seems to be okay, and I think there's a pretty good chance he'll be in the starting lineup tomorrow. Ground ball throws. So Schwarber with a salvage after the 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, now a chance to make this game interesting. Cubs have 5 outs to play with here. They got the big boys coming up, a couple of men on base. Not over yet. And Hurdle either confirming his 4-year deal or getting somebody up in the bullpen.
Let's check out the Cubs run expectancy, brought to you by Toyota. First and second, 1 out. Two doubles and a fly out for Chris. 8th inning, they trail 5-0. Curve is low.
As I mentioned earlier, pretty good chance Rivero's not available today, their closer. Daniel Hudson has also worked back-to-back days. Juan Nicasio had been getting some save opportunities, but he's no longer here.
By the way, kind of a funny little thing on Twitter for some Pirates fans. The word re-signed looks like resigned to some regarding Clint Hurdle's extension. Probably just should stay away from that entirely. He resigned? No. He re-signed. One to Bryant is low. 2 balls and a strike.
See our Comcast Xfinity strike zone. Schugel a little gun shy of the strike zone here. Got the edge with 1, a couple well down below the knees.
So he holds the ball with that changeup grip and then can manipulate it in the glove. Fastball low. 3-1.
A little sink piece, hoping to get a double play ball. It's got to be a little higher than that to get Bryant to bite.
Cubs only have 6 hits on the day, and the back-to-back hits here in the 8th, their first since the Bryant double in the 3rd. Let's see what he gets. Fastball, and he lines to Marte. He throws back to second. Jay returns safely.
That's such a good at bat. My goodness. He just wouldn't give in, wouldn't chase. Gets the challenge fastball, hits an absolute rocket to Marte out there and left. They've hit into some tough luck today. There's been a few lineouts.
And the sun is now out of the picture, but he's got the sunglasses on anyway. Rizzo with 2 outs. Now they're off.
Every ball out there is a reminder. Oh yeah, I need him. Oh yeah, now I don't need him.
Called strike.
Years ago, there used to be a mindset that you couldn't throw first pitch changeups, that you had to establish a fastball and then throw your off speed pitch off of that. That's just bunk.
To the second baseman, more off, and the Cubs lead 2. Bottom of the 8th, all Pirates today. Miss your chance to experience spring training at beautiful Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. Reserve your place in line by joining the spring training season ticket holder waiting list. It's easy. It's free to register. For details, visit sloanpark.com. Well, yesterday we saw the major league debut of Dylan Maples. He's back out there for another bite of the apple here this afternoon. Just a scoreless inning, had a walk, a strikeout. Maples' story is an interesting one. A former 14th round pick of the Cubs. That they viewed him as a much better prospect than that, but he really struggled to establish himself throughout his minor league career. He just took off like a rocket this year. Huge strikeout numbers as he worked his way from A to AA to AAA, punching out 100 batters in 63 innings of work, leaning heavily on his slider that he's come up with. Extreme heart thrower as well. Look out. Yeah. Well, always nice to get that first one out of the way. And you can just get back to doing what you've been doing your whole life. Hit hard, and Hayward can't get it. Luplow has a double.
The rookies coming through for the Pirates here today. Bell, Moroff, and now Luplow is out for the second time. He walked back in the first. This is a solid double to the alley in right center. Hayward had a shot at it, but just too much pace on this one.
Rodriguez 0 for 3 in for Jordy Mercer this afternoon. Pitch by Maples, breaking ball strike. Oh! 0-2. Maples, pretty well-rounded guy off the field. Chatting with Scott Kornberg, the Myrtle Beach Pelicans broadcaster. He said Dylan was a guy who'd always be down in the hotel lobby early, read the newspaper, keep up with what was going on around the world. Into the word of the day app and email, which I get. It's kind of fun every once in a while to learn a new word and maybe blend it into your vocabulary.
Blend it into the broadcast.
Yeah. Well, some work, some don't. I worked in confabulate the other day.
What does confabulate mean?
Well, what would you guess? There's a shortened version of that would give away what it is.
Andy Van Slyke. Oh, that was the other question. Well, it would be to combine, to conflate.
No. Confabulate. You have used the shortened version of that word in the last week.
Really?
Yes. Rodriguez strikes out at 99 miles an hour.
That was confabulous.
Time now for a grade 8 stat. This great stat brought to you by Mattress Firm, where we want you to sleep happy, guaranteed. Remember, if it's over 8, it's time to replace. Let's see, most games scoring at least 8 runs. Cubs have done it 28 times, tied for the second most in the National League.
So we got talking about confabulate, and the guys in the truck realize, hey, we got to do the grade 8.
That's fair. Off the bat of Elias Diaz. And he'll make it 6-0.
Another rookie having a nice day.
His second hit. John Jaso will come off the bench and pinch hit. All right, I want you to spell confabulate. I want you to write it out. I'm gonna
Fabulate.
C-O-N-F-A-B-U-L-A-T-E.
Right.
What would the shortened version of confabulate look like?
Confabulate would be confab.
Yeah.
Conversation.
There you go. You said a confab the other day. You
at the
used that word. Yeah. Yes. To have a chat.
You're going to confabulate over coffee in the morning.
There you
Dylan
go.
Maples.
You learned a new word.
That's a big day.
A word that you already knew. You just didn't have the long version. Well, the Cubs losing Jake Arrieta today. Tommy Pham removed from the Cardinal game.
He's probably been their best player this year.
Yeah, right shoulder soreness. That could be significant. Cardinals lead 2-0 late. If these scores hold up, they'll be within 5 of the Cubs in the Central. Cubs won 6 in a row prior to the 5-1 loss yesterday. And down 6-0 here today. And Jaso takes ball 4. So what has gone right today for the Cubs?
Well, Bryant's had good at-bats.
Bryant had a good day. 2 doubles.
Grimm did a nice job in relief.
Like Freeman with his first hit as a Cub. Zastrisny gave up a couple runs, but he did eat up 3 innings. And not much else. It's not been their day.
A number of the Cubs will gather tonight for a fantasy football draft in one of the conference rooms at the hotel. You know, these guys, they do it right? They'll have all kinds of food and beverages. Tommy Hotovy and Nate Holm, I think, are the commissioners. They may even have a podium, big board, and the whole deal.
Marte
could have been.
Takes ball 1. So top of their order, Marte 2 for 4. Stolen base 2 runs. Moroff 2 for 4. Homer double, 2 knocked in. McCutchen a double. Bell 3 for 4. Homer 3 knocked in.
Maples reminds me a little bit of Kyle Farnsworth stylistically. Upper 90s heater and the hard swing and miss slide ball.
Paul Goldschmidt will not play for the Diamondbacks tonight. He's got right elbow discomfort, and he'll do an MRI back in Phoenix on that elbow. When you get into September, minor injuries can become very big injuries for playoff contenders. In this 2 or 3 weeks early in the season, no big deal, but if you do that now, you possibly put October in jeopardy too. Bases loaded.
Yeah, and if he's going for an MRI, it sounds like there's a little more than discomfort going on, right?
Yes, it's lingering elbow discomfort, so the fact that it hasn't gotten better, I'm sure, is the main reason they're going to take a look.
Rockies beat the Giants in walk-off fashion, and I think it literally was a walk. It was a Carlos Gonzalez game-ending walk in a 4-3 Rockies win in Denver today.
First time Max Moroff has batted in the big leagues with the bases loaded. Maples with the 0-1. Missed on the slider. Diaz a runner at third. Jaso at second. Marte at first. Let's see if Maples can get out of this. He's given up 1 run. Trying to limit the damage here in his second major league appearance. It's going to get into center. It's going to score 2. Diaz followed by Jaso. And the route is on. 8-0.
Well, Joe Madden would love to have seen Dillon finish this inning. Not have to use another pitcher, but he also doesn't want the young guys to just get completely demoralized out there.
So this call to the pen is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. 8th inning. We'll be back. On ABC7 is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing. By Lakeside Bank. Personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. And by Jeep. See your Jeep dealer today and experience the freedom that comes with legendary capability.
Hey, Cub fans, if you miss any of today's action, ABC7 will be rebroadcasting each one of their Cubs matchups on the Live Well Network. Today's encore of Cubs versus Pirates will be aired in its entirety beginning at 7 p.m. on ABC7's digital channel 7.2 and the following cable channel positions.
Well, get Ed Harding on the phone. Leonis Martin will make his Chicago Cubs debut as a pitcher. It'll be the first appearance he's ever made at this level as a pitcher. He threw 3 warm-up tosses, and he's just been standing around since. And it looks to me like he's got a little gas.
Well, he's got a real good arm. He's got he's an outfielder, center fielder with a big arm.
Don't overdo it.
And, I'm sure there was a conversation in the dugout at some point. Joe said, "Hey, Leonis, you got a good arm. You want to pitch?"
85 and a high strike on McCutcheon, who looks toward the mound and smiles. 1 out, 8th inning, 8-0 Pirates.
There's 88 for you.
So how about a veteran outfielder making his Cubs debut 7 years into his major league career as a pitcher? Bryant can't handle it. It trickles into left. Marte scores. More off to third. It's 9-0. You know, his velocity, I do that in air quotes, might work against him, because we've seen these last couple of years guys coming in throwing 70, 65 miles an hour. It seems to mess up guys' bat speed, but he's 85. He's Kyle Hendricks in terms of the velocity.
Well, he's throwing 88.
Ball pops it foul off of third. No play for Bryant. Martin is 29. He's a left-handed batter, obviously a right-handed thrower, and this is also his National League debut. Previously, his entire career spent over in the American League West with Texas and Seattle. Changeup is low. Little did we know when the Cubs got him that you'd have to go over his repertoire on the mound.
Yeah, that was a pretty good changeup too.
It's interesting, isn't it, with the position players who pitch, just how casual their delivery is.
Yeah, the one thing he has to remember is make sure he's ready to field the comebacker.
Bounce to first. A run will score. Hey! Over to cover the bag like a pitcher should. Took a good angle on it. 10-0.
Yeah. It would be understandable for a guy who's making his debut with a new team, who's pitching for the first time ever at this level, to have a brain cramp there and not run over and cover first base.
Bell, by the way, just picked up his 4th RBI of the ball game. 1-0 on Freeze. High drive to deep center. Jay is back on it, and it is gone into the bullpen. David Freese with a 2-run homer, and it's 12-0. That was a shot. Those runs will be charged to Martin. The other 2 he gave up, charged to Maples. A 7-run 8th inning. Luplow fouls. Bounce to third. It's foul. See, John Jay, I think, will go up to Joe after the game and say, see, what you got to do is you got to put Martin in center, and you got to let me pitch. My numbers were better.
Yeah, John, excuse me. John was working below hitting speed.
That will drop as Luplow golfs one into center. I'm telling you, he's throwing too hard. He has gotten over 90 miles an hour here, but he's getting knocked around. Sounded like a good idea when he took the ball. I don't think he's having a whole lot of fun right now. Rodriguez fouls away. But you know what he is doing? He is throwing strikes.
A little breaking pitch.
Line drive. Jay made the catch. And Clint Hurdle might challenge it. Yeah, it's 12-0, but no, Clint will not challenge. So we will go to the ninth, and it was a good, I think. Yeah, he caught it. Mazda's CX 9th inning is brought to you by the 2017 Mazda CX-9. Mazda, driving matters.
Watch the Driver to the Pennant with MLB.TV every night on every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live, plus get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Dovydas Neverauskas against Ben Zobrist as the Pirates try to complete the shutout. Swinging strike on Ben.
Well, Ron Guidry was Louisiana Lightning. This guy's Lithuanian Lightning. 386 for 12 appearances.
$21,068, the paid crowd here on Labor Day. Zobrist fouls back to the seats. Final, Cardinals 2, Padres nothing. Line shot deep right over the head of Luplow, and it kicks away. Zobrist on his way to second, and he'll hold there with a double.
Zobrist is not going to give away an at-bat, even in a lopsided game. Good work, Ben. 2 for 4 today, single, and now this double.
Avila, 2 walks and a strikeout. Real keen eye at the plate. Fouled in and out of the glove of Diaz.
Alex has a career OPS of 754, 100 points better than that this year.
Be a free agent after the season. He's 30 years old. You know, it's been a really good fit here. When you think about, I wonder if he'd be interested in returning. The obvious problem is that he probably doesn't see himself as a guy who wouldn't play a lot. And Wilson Contreras, a guy who, when healthy, plays a lot. Called strike 3. So the odd kind of thing is Avila, you know, playing more often than Rivera. But Rivera, of the two, would probably be more likely to return next year for more of a long-term fit.
Yeah, being that
he's more of a backup.
Bona fide backup guy, and Avila having one of the better years of his career probably wants more. Hit 14 home runs this year, most since 19 long balls in 2011.
I don't want to speak for Alex, but I just think at his age, probably looking for that one more multi-year contract where he gets a chance to start at least 4 or 5 times a week. He can find that situation. Maybe he'll call his dad. Hey, Dad, you want me back?
Yeah.
Rauskis will get Hayward. 2 down. Cub fans join Val Warner and Ryan Cheverini for season 7 of ABC 7's Windy City Live. The best is yet to come this season, starting tomorrow. Weekdays at 1 p.m. on ABC 7. Estella came in, pinch hit in the 7th, now playing second base.
Picked on a first pitch fastball, hit a bullet right to second base for an out.
And a called strike. Cubs trying to avoid their 9th shutout loss of the year. Pirates trying to deal their 11th shutout as a pitching staff. Can't think of too many more lopsided games in the other direction the Cubs have had this year.
Oh, obviously the John Jay pitching game. Did somebody else pitch, or did he pitch twice?
Yeah, we've had a few of these, but not too many. Cubs are 23-17 in blowout games. That is games decided by 5 or more. Ground ball, this will do it. And by my tally, this is the most lopsided loss the Cubs have suffered this season, as the Pirates blanked them today 12-0 to start the series.
Yeah, Pirates scored early and then continued to play out on it. It was still a gettable game for the Cubs, but that big 8th inning took away any chance at all that they had. The bigger story today, of course, the health of Jake Arrieta. Hopefully nothing significant going on there.
Final score, Pirates 12, Cubs nothing, and we'll have more from PNC Park after this.